Would it be beneficial to understand how one of the smartest minds of all time viewed life? Einstein's genius was not limited to science. Relatively speaking, his direction about how we should live our lives is enlightening and inspiring. Greetings to one and all. Eli's dad here with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. You're invited to bend your ears in our direction as I chit-chat with Eli about Albert Einstein. When one studies the mindset of Albert Einstein, Eli, it's like finding the North Star of how to live your life. His contributions reached far beyond the scope of scientific theory. His keen perceptions about life, man, and relationships are just as true as his scientific theories. Let's review some of his quotes about life's relationships and see if they are timeless and relevant today. First up is, and I quote, "It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. Our entire much-praised technological process and civilization generally could be compared to an axe in the hand of a pathological criminal. Mankind invented the atomic bomb, but no mouse would ever construct a mousetrap. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief objective of all technological endeavors, in order that the creations of our minds shall be a blessing and not a curse to mankind. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations." Unquote. Now, Einstein was obviously a man that sought to advance the technological state of mankind. Clearly, he felt that it was incumbent upon the creator of new technology to weigh the value of discovery versus the consequences of implementation. Now, being a well-known pacifist, it is clear that Einstein abhorred the atomic bomb and its subsequent offspring that we refer to today as weapons of mass destruction. May we dig a little deeper, Eli? We can all see the anxiety that WMDs, weapons of mass destruction, can inspire worldwide. My thoughts on this concept are a little bit more subtle. And I must confess that I am as guilty of misuse to a lesser extent as anybody else. I'd like you to think about the anxiety you experience when you misplace your cell phone. Panic sets in, like nobody's business. Now perhaps, Eli, one day a smart inventor will create a tattoo-like device that we can attach to our skin and that will perform all of a smartphone's functions and that cannot be misplaced. Initially, it'll probably cost an arm and a leg, but I'm certain that demand will encourage people to stand in line overnight to obtain the latest technological advance because, from their perspective, the cost will be, quote, "no skin off of my nose," unquote. Now, the speed with which new technology reaches the marketplace is astounding, and with it comes the responsibility of proper and improper usage. Eli, I'd like to offer this historical tidbit to you to generate some thought. Now, for as long as you've been alive, my son, the smartphone and its capabilities have dominated our society. 50 years ago, television was a dominant technological life changer. Prior to that, there was radio. Prior to that, there was the automobile. You see, each generation has had at least one technologically advanced device that altered societal activity in a major way. The one aspect that concerns me about our smartphone society is wondering if our technology has, as Einstein opined, exceeded our humanity. What is most amusing about this phenomenon to me are the polar consequences produced by it. Now here's what I mean. First, it is not uncommon to see two or more people sitting side by side that are not looking, talking, or acknowledging the presence of other people that are within their arm's length. Instead, they are communicating, either transmitting or receiving from people that are not within their direct vision without the aid of technological devices. There is a certain impersonal, rude aspect to this style of life. I have to wonder if personal interaction is becoming obsolete, or if I am so old that a dinosaur should be my personal pet. The second aspect is exactly the opposite style of communication. Eli, I love you, but I don't need to know every time that you successfully completed a number 1 or a number 2. I don't need to see you walking into a grocery store. Now, I am interested in your children taking their first step, or swimming their first strokes, or shooting their first jump shot. I am not interested in those very same activities performed by friends suggested to me on Facebook or Instagram, or, as Bill Belichick so eloquently put it, snapface. Isn't it ironic how the same devices allow us to ignore simple courtesy in favor of utilizing the ultimate communication device? And with that very same device, encourage us to share meaningless activity in real time. My viewpoint on this subject is the same as Einstein's, and I quote, "There is a race between mankind and the universe. Mankind is trying to build bigger, better, faster, and more foolproof machines. The universe is trying to build bigger, better, and faster fools. So far, the universe is winning." Unquote. I can't help but wonder if my thoughts are right, or if time has passed me by. I'd be interested in your thoughts on this very subject. Now, here's one more quote from the genius. Quote, "It would be possible to describe everything scientifically, but it would make no sense. It would be without meaning, as if you described a Beethoven symphony as a variation of wave pressure. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Now put your hand on a hot stove for a minute and it seems like an hour. Sit with a pretty girl for an hour and it seems like a minute. Now that's relativity." Unquote. Some things, Eli, are meant to be enjoyed just as they are, without microscopic inspection. These subjects vary from person to person. Now, I like rock and roll. To me, country music is an oxymoron. Now, I realize that many others have tastes that are different from mine. Isn't it strange that we can enjoy one aspect of a subject, like music, unconditionally, while disliking a different form of the very same venue? Not only that, but when we don't like something or approve of it, we justify our dislike with logic. When we do approve or like something, we are satisfied to do so based entirely on our emotions. So what am I saying here? Some things have a basis in chemistry. Love, art, and music immediately come to mind. We typically tend to try and find logic for a love relationship that goes sour. I will suggest strongly that you shouldn't do that, big guy, but you will anyway. It's only retrospectively that you will comprehend that this facet of life, called love, is based upon chemistry, and to further annoy you, chemistry can change. There are some things in life where it is prudent to dive deeply as to cause and effect, and there are others where it is not prudent to do so. Your personal experiences will help you build calluses in certain circumstances, while others will continuously penetrate into your skin and into your soul very deeply. Now, the next time that we resume will be our final discussion about Einstein. We will discuss success and leadership thoughts and opinions from the words of the genius himself. Now, it would be an act of genius on your part to click the subscribe button and the notification bell to keep yourself informed about our published videos. The super genius would also strike the thumbs up like icon one notch and make a comment below if you think I'm Fred Flintstone or an Einstein in my thinking. Our Einstein thought for the day is, and I quote, "The idle man does not know what it is to enjoy rest." And because we never end a meeting on a philosophical note, get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.